Well, howdy, neighbors. It's good to be with you. This is the 12th Commissioner of Agriculture for the great state of Texas. You've entrusted with me the leadership of an agency that affects the lives of every Texan multiple times each day. And it's a responsibility that I take very, very seriously. I'm humbled by your support, and thank you for allowing me to promote and care for an industry that I've spent my entire life in. Today I want to update you, the people of our great state, on the important work that we've been doing here at the Texas Department of Agriculture since I first took office back in January. It's been 6 months since I placed my hand on that Holy Bible and pledged to the people of Texas to uphold and to defend the laws of our state and our nation, to promote and strengthen Texas agriculture, and finally, to be the best agriculture commissioner that this state has ever had. I've been working hard every day to keep those promises to my fellow Texans, and we've done some great things for Texas agriculture, but I wasn't working alone. I've had a lot of help from the dedicated and hard-working employees of the Texas Department of Agriculture, many of whom are here with us in the room today or watching across the state on some of our many offices that we have across the great state. And I can tell you this, I am proud of my team here at the TDA. They're absolutely great. Each and every day I'm amazed by the work that you do, by your ingenuity, creativity, your genuine concerns for the people of Texas, who look to promote our industry and protect our consumers, feed our state and our nation and preserve our unique Texas heritage. So I just simply want to say thank you for the job you do. I also want to tell you, cinch up your saddles, we're not done. We've still got a lot of work to do. This is only the first 6 months. But I know that you're up to the task, and there's no other industry in our state that's more important than Texas agriculture. That's why we've adopted the slogan here, Texas Agriculture Matters. Agriculture has been the glue that's held our state together now for nearly 200 years. And it's our job to keep spreading that message far and wide that Texas agriculture matters. But talk itself is cheap, and we must put these words into action. That's why I'm excited today to share with you these amazing successes that we've accomplished together in the last 6 months. And I look forward to the possibility that the future holds too. One of my top priorities when I took office was to increase trade opportunities for farmers and ranchers across the globe. And I can tell you we've done just that here at the TDA. Our international marketing team has been phenomenal. Since January, we facilitated millions and millions of dollars in the international agriculture sales, and that's just the beginning. To date, we have hosted 21 foreign trade delegations, including groups from China, Ecuador, Italy, Belgium, Spain, Honduras, Japan, Germany, and many more. And our team has been out traveling the globe. They've been to the Philippines, to Malaysia, to Australia, all to promote Texas-grown products and Texas-owned businesses around the globe. And in the next 6 months, we have trade missions planned to Israel, China, Cuba, and South Africa. It's all part of our plan to expand Texas agriculture products around the world. Here at home, we've been at hard work too on our marketing program. We've been growing our Go Texan program. In the past 6 months, we've received renewals and signed up more than 700 new Go Texan members. Go Texan is our premier marketing program for the state, and as an agency, we will continue to make Go Texan a major component of our efforts to promote Texas agriculture in our Lone Star State. Because Texas agriculture is so important, it affects commodity markets around the world. That's why it's important for me to reinstate the delivery of our agricultural news marketing service. That was discontinued back in 2011. Today I'm proud to report that the program is back up and running and that we're delivering critical market news across the state each and every weekday. In a daily segment, I personally deliver the closing market report with the latest future markets numbers, the Dow Jones closing average, and then it's aired on more than 100 radio stations across the state. Plus, we're distributing daily an in-depth market report in an email to more than 600 subscribers, and we're working to expand the number of Texans who receive this service. all at no cost to the taxpayer, by the way. While we've been busy expanding our reach and our scope, we also been working to decrease backlogs and to make our agency more efficient and responsive to Texas taxpayers, to our producers, and to our consumers across the state. We have another new slogan here, TDA. We no longer move at the speed of government. When I arrived at TDA, we were a full 2.5 years behind in our organic certification program. This was simply not acceptable. We needed to be able to help our farmers and ranchers who want an organic certification, and we are Texas consumers, the product they want to purchase when it comes to organic food in our state. So, our TDA team went to work. We doubled down on our efforts, and I'm excited to announce that right now we've eliminated the backlog and we're 100% up to date on our organic certifications. The train is running on time. Thank you, team. When it came to legal enforcement of cases against violators, we didn't just have a backlog. Things had basically come to a screeching halt. In the 6 months before I took office, TDA had not worked with the State Office of Administrative Hearings. They hadn't prosecuted one single case against a violator who had received an out-of-compliance notice from our agency. In fact, there were hundreds of cases that were just simply dismissed. That means we were not doing enough to hold people accountable for cheating Texas consumers. Today, we are working with the State Office of Administrative Hearings, and we have a regularly scheduled docket, and by the end of the year, we will have prosecuted more than 100 contested cases. Let this be a warning. If you rip off a Texas consumer, we will come get you. That will not be tolerated. Matter of fact, there's 3 things we don't tolerate here at TDA. We don't tolerate horse thieves, cattle rustlers, or cheats. We'll come get you. Thanks to the hard-working government relations team, the efforts of the Texas legislature, we're going to have more inspectors on the job protecting Texas consumers. Texas consumers rely on us to make sure they're getting what they pay for and to make sure they're not getting shortchanged. I'm excited to announce that the legislature is providing our agency with 31 more employees, including 26 new inspectors and several more that will focus solely on detecting fraud and abuse in our system. I want everyone to know that the Texas Department of Agriculture is committed to protecting Texas consumers. The TDA is the Consumer Protection Agency for the state. One issue you may have heard of, it's been in the news just a bit lately, is our nutrition policy here at the TDA. We are now focused on working with our schools to promote healthy lifestyles for our children. TDA is working closely with school districts to create partnerships that foster cooperation, collaboration, and education, with the end result being healthier children. What I've done as commissioner is abolish outdated and unneeded state mandates. I'm returning local control to our school districts, to the elected school boards, to administrators, teachers, and more importantly, parents. So I believe those decisions are best made at the local level. What I'm here to say is what we've been doing for the past 10 years hasn't worked. The obesity rate in our school children has gotten progressively worse. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And we're no longer going to do that. There will be no additional fried foods in our schools. There will be no sugary drinks on the menus. But schools will have the choice to install deep fryers. Now, instead of thawing out frozen fried food, they will have the option of serving it fresh. Because the problem we have is not serving healthy foods. We're serving healthy foods, but instead of having healthy children, we have healthy trash cans. And we're about changing that here at the TDA. Here at the Texas Department of Agriculture, we're doing everything we can to get our message out, to return local control, to promote Texas agriculture, to protect consumers, and many other initiatives that we have going on. Here's just one example. Over the past 6 months, our communications team has significantly grown our outreach efforts, particularly through connections we're making with our constituents through social media. If you haven't liked our TDA Facebook page, I suggest you go do that, and also go to our Go Texan page and like it too. There's information we're posting every day, multiple times a day. It's very interesting. It's informative. A lot of it's fun. In the past 6 months, our posts have reached over 3 million people. We're getting the message out that Texas agriculture matters. I'm also proud to report that TDA has now over 21,000 followers on its Facebook page, and TDA has more Facebook followers than any other state Department of Agriculture in the United States. And that's impressive. And it's all because of our team here at TDA and the hard work that they're putting in. And they're not slowing down. It's been an incredible 6 months, but we can't even deny that some of this time has been very challenging to some of our neighbors across the state. Earlier this year, Texas suffered much devastation, and we lost the lives of many of our fellow Texans when the severe storms and tornadoes and floods struck various parts of our state. During these tragedies, the men and women of the Texas Department of Agriculture stepped up. They answered the call and came to the aid of our fellow Texans. TDA is not a first responder agency, but we do play a major role in rebuilding our rural communities when they're hit hard by storms and devastation. And as soon as it was appropriate, our teams went in. We had our TDA staff talking to county judges, mayors, community members to let them know we have special funding here at TDA ready and waiting, and we're going to help them rebuild their rural communities. But this is the part I'm proud of. We did more than just provide funds. We helped in many additional ways. And I'm so proud of you, TDA employees, that took your personal time and went out to these tragic struck areas and volunteered your time to help clean up and rebuild these communities. I'm very proud of you for what you did in assisting your fellow Texans. But we didn't stop there. I'm most proud of our agency's outreach to a higher power. In the aftermath of the storms and flooding, in this very room, the TDA employees came together for a very special prayer service, and we asked God's healing grace upon our fellow Texans and upon our land. From the heartfelt and emotional period of prayer came one of the programs which I'm most proud of, and that's our chaplaincy program here at TDA. Today we have volunteer chaplains who minister and pray with TDA employees on a regular basis. This voluntary program helps keep our focus on what is really important, the source from which all of our blessings flow. While the storms were devastating, there were blessings that came from them, like the much-needed relief that's come from our multi-year drought that's been devastating our state. And water is the lifeblood of Texas, and it's critical that agriculture has a seat at the table when it comes to operating our state's water supply. And you know what they say here in Austin? If you don't have a seat at the table, you're probably on the menu. So I don't agriculture to be on the menu when it comes to our state's long-term water planning. Water is very critical to the production of food and fiber and that feed and clothe the people of Texas and around the world. That's why I've created the Office of Water here at the Texas Department of Agriculture. Agriculture is the #1 user of water in the state, and it's imperative that we work with municipalities, communities, and other stakeholders to conserve and plan so that everyone's water needs are met. As devastating as they have been, droughts, hurricanes, flooding, tornadoes are not the biggest threat facing Texas. Rather, it's an overzealous, out of control federal government that seeks to unduly and oftentimes unlawfully overregulate our citizens and cripple our business. That's why I've joined Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton in suing the Environmental Protection Agency. We will work together to protect our precious private property and water rights by stopping the EPA from its illegal attempt to greatly expand its jurisdictions over the Clean Water Act. I will continue to look for ways to protect the people of Texas from an overreaching federal government. You know, I could go on and on about many more examples of the successes we've achieved here at TDA and over the last 6 months, but I believe I've laid out a powerful list of accomplishments. I'm so proud of what the TDA team here has accomplished, but there's much work left to do. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We will continue to keep our heads down and focus on our job for working and helping the people of Texas. And I love what I do, and I've never been more honored to serve in a capacity in this state. This is truly the best job in the state of Texas. I want to thank our TDA team members once again for their dedication and your commitment to Texas and to this agency. And finally, I want to thank all the people of Texas, the great state and the greatest nation and the greatest country on the face of the earth. And I know that I want you to know that I'm working hard each day to merit the trust and confidence that you have placed in me. May God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to hold this great state in the palm of his hands. Thank you.